Okay. Do you want me to start? I don't see a speaker. I don't know why the speaker isn't here.
Do you have an email or a contact for him?
Let me go look. Hold on. I should. I do.
I almost thought that I was late. I was like, 6 o'clock? Oh, God. 7 o'clock.
You're right.
Oh, I have a phone number. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to call her.
Okay, well, right now we're still working on trying to get our picture going. You may not get fit, and I even comb my hair. And I told David not to cook dinner yet because I didn't want to eat while the video was going. So I'm starving to death because I haven't eaten since 3 o'clock. But you're right, Howard. We are friendly down here, right?
Hey, is this Monica?
Right? Yes, absolutely. And Jerica wanted to join our club because we've known each other for 10 years since she's joined.
I didn't see you, so I thought I was going to see if you forgot.
Been very involved at the district level.
I would love to move, but it would have to make sense. My goal is to be able to move anywhere I want and just work from wherever I am.
That's fine. I'm just checking.
That's my goal.
Okay,
I would choose the Caribbean or Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's coming. She's looking to change computers. She said she's trying to use a different computer. She can't use it. She'll.
Oh, and there's our AG, our assistant governor, Kent Dusick.
Hi, Kent.
Hi. Sorry, a little bit late.
That's okay. We haven't started yet. Our speaker's just getting ready to come on.
Speaker's just called. She's trying to log in. The nice thing about our club is we get speakers from all over the world because it's the Zoom meeting. It gives us some flexibility, and I like that. And I'm the one booking them, so it helps me a lot because I've been booking speakers for about 3.5, 4 years now. And I have to say, sometimes it's harder than the president job. To get someone every meeting to work for free is not the easiest job. Most of your really top speakers expect to get paid. Fortunately, I'm a speaker and I know a lot of people, so it helps. It does help.
And Wendy's a speaker too, I believe.
Yes, Wendy's a speaker. She's scheduled in the future to be a speaker as well.
Yes, I am.
Yes, so we're looking forward to that. And,
and Howard?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Jerica on as a different number, and I need you need to do it because it's not letting me do it.
Okay.
So maybe after the meeting, if you and Jerica will stay online and let's go through it and see why we can't get on and get her changed to a 30 so that she can do our web page and some of the other stuff.
All right, I'll stay at the end. I'm not sure what you're asking me to do, but I'm sure you do. So.
And Jerica just transferred to us yesterday from the Preston Trails Salina Club.
Oh, fantastic.
So she's moved from there and she's working out of her home. And so this is more convenient for her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with Howard's comments. Even though I was president of our club during the full year of pandemic, it was great having speakers from all over and not just getting local people.
Much easier, yes. Much easier to do. Yeah. Well, and I liked it because I'm a speaker. I was speaking in California, in Canada, all over, because I could do it on Zoom. And it didn't require to go anywhere. So I just picked states with large groups and just went. I was doing like sometimes 4 or 5 clubs a week.
Okay, well, we're still waiting for our speaker.
I did call her. She's trying. She said her video wasn't working as well as she'd like, and she was trying a different computer. And if it didn't work, she would log in on the one that she had. But she's aware that she needs to be here. I did speak to her.
Okay. Did you talk to Sarita or send her the information for Sarita?
Everyone you asked me to contact, I contacted.
Okay, thank you.
And a few more as well that you didn't know about. I sent out about 8 or 9 invites. Here's Monica. Okay.
Can you wait a minute? Is somebody trying to get in?
Yeah, I just clicked on them. They should be able to get in now.
Is that our speaker? I can't see.
I think so. I'm going to check. Yes, that's the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, she should be entering in a second.
I don't know
And then
why.
when she's here, we could get started. Just, there she is. That's the speaker.
Okay.
Hi, Monica. Were you able to get the other computer to work or not? I'm not sure if her audio's on yet. Oh, there's a video. I guess the answer is yes. She can't hear us yet. She's still collecting
Yeah.
audio. Okay. Hi, Monica. Thank you for coming.
I don't know what.
Okay. So what we normally do is we have an invocation, a prayer, brief business meeting, and then the speaker goes. The speaker usually goes 20 to 30 minutes. You have the option of doing PowerPoint if you want to. On the bottom it says share screen. So if you want to use it when it's your turn, you're welcome to do that if you want to. You don't have to. Some speakers like to use it and others don't, but it's up to the speaker. And just so you know, we record all our meetings on and goes on YouTube. And so this way, if it doesn't look like there's a lot of people, most of our members watch the video, which is why they join the club, so they have more flexibility on their schedules. They can come whenever it's convenient.
Thank you.
Okay, just so you know, I don't want you to think there's only 5 people here. We have a lot more members than that, but they don't usually show up. They usually come afterwards.
That's great.
Okay, so I'm going to start the meeting. Is that okay?
Start the meeting.
Okay, welcome to the Rotary E-Club, North Texas. Today's a very special day, February 22nd. They said this date only comes like once every 1,000 years or so. It's a very rare date on the calendar. And I know people that study
And it's on
numerology.
a Tuesday.
And it's on a Tuesday. I know people who study numerology are going crazy today. It's a big thing for in their world, number-wise. It's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I think 2s are in today. Okay, so thank you for coming. We want to welcome Jerica Anderson. She's our newest member. She just transferred in. And of course, we're happy to see Wendy, who's also a new member. And I know there were a number of other people that expressed an interest, and I've been inviting them each week. Sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. But we're hoping to see about 4 or 5 more members in the next few weeks joining the club. Trying to think. We have our pets training this week, and I'm president-elect again. So this will be my 3rd time. So some of our new members consider becoming an officer in the future. David's done it twice, and I know that a lot of us have been presidents and governors, and I haven't been governor, but we've had a lot of people doing that. So we're hoping some of you will consider taking on some of our officer positions in the future. I think we have positions filled for next year, but the year afterwards, because I don't want to be the only president in the club. You know, it's yes.
So, Mr. Howard, Miss Linda recommended some district training coming up next month. So I will be attending that.
Thank
Is there a
you.
certain area that you would like me to kind of focus on?
Whatever you want. I've done this. This is my 3rd time, so I feel pretty
Howard,
comfortable.
she's going to be focusing on the PE, the president-elect, since you're not going to be there. She's going
Okay.
to be attending your session.
Oh, okay, that's
And-
fine. That works.
Okay.
That
And
works.
that way she can correct you on anything that you're doing wrong.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay, perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
And we're pretty, this is a very flexible club. That's one of the things I like about it. It's got a lot, of course we're online, we have a little more freedom than when they're in the room. So anyway, so Pets is this week, and I'm doing it online, and I'm trying to think anything else. Is there anything else going on, Linda, that we need to discuss before we have our speaker? I can't think of anything. Well,
I don't think of anything. I said earlier, Richard Gilman is on his way home from Portland. He was supposed to be coming back tomorrow because of the anticipated weather here in Dallas. They took an earlier flight. And So he thought it'd be better to miss this meeting than to miss Pat, because he's a facilitator.
I mean,
So,
a governor is coming in July. I have him scheduled. I think it was the second Tuesday in July. So
Oh, Howard Templin? Okay.
yes, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware. Because as those who are in Rotary for a while know that that's a big thing. The governor visit is considered a very important part of the annual Rotary, and we try to encourage as many people to attend when the governor comes as possible. And since we're online and not in, I'm not sure where we can physically meet everyone. Because now that Bill has moved into another location, where do you see the governor coming, Linda? What location would they go to?
They would just come online, possibly, unless we can find the location. Because right now, Lisa,
Right.
she's in the summer, I don't know, she may be in Dallas or she may be in Tyler. So, but we can find the location, or it'll just be on Zoom.
We've
Okay.
needed Howard's place.
Yeah, they
We
can
can,
meet at Howard's place. Yeah, great.
Yeah, we can all go to Florida, or we can, but whatever. Kent, have you been assigned a club for next year?
I have I have 5 right now, and they've wickered it down so we don't have so many. So I'm going to have Rockwall breakfast and Rockwall noon for my 2 clubs next year.
They're nice
Okay.
club.
So
Those
you
are
don't
nice
know
clubs.
We've been dumped again.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but
Okay.
I might find out during Beth's. Hopefully
Okay.
Howard does.
Well,
Okay, I'll be over there. I'm gonna be working the Club Runner booth.
All right.
well, Rockwell's an interesting club. It's one of the only ones that owns the building in our district. I think it is the only one that has its own physical building that it owns.
Yeah. Greenville does also.
Oh, Greenville.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time I was in Greenville was a few years ago, and they were in
Also,
a
Yeah.
church. They were in a church back then. Okay, so that's all the new business. Anything else?
well, I've got a
Oh, David
comment.
has a comment.
We had 2 tasks at PEPS. One of them is to make an 8.5 by 11 map of all the where the districts are in Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
Okay.
And I think I have one with me.
Um,
And the other task is to buy a cowboy hat for the president-elect. Well, we've never had a female president-elect, and I didn't know about buying cowboy hats. And I found out, unlike most other things, there's only one hat size. They don't make a men's hat and a women's hat. So we went in where they normally have 30 or 40 hats. In her size, they had one hat. One.
Black.
No, it was dark.
Well, they have a black one. But they have a black one.
And they're 100 yards from the hat factory, which is in Mesquite. And we have put in a request to get one for the president-elect. We hope we'll get it. We don't know.
She said maybe by Friday.
oh,
So we're
okay.
supposed to present it to her Friday at noon.
Okay. Very
Or
nice.
Saturday at noon. I'm
Oh,
sorry, Saturday at noon.
Oh, we didn't do our invocation and pledge. We really should do that. So, do you want to do the invocation?
Okay.
And then David could do the pledge.
Okay, bless our friendship today and bless this meeting. As we meet here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our services to fellow citizens and to our community. Let's continue to strive to make a better world. Amen.
And David, you want to run the pledge?
And I am saluting, even though we don't have a camera, but I think my camera, I don't know what's the problem.
Okay.
Anyway, join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to discuss before we have our speaker take over? Is there anything else?
I know nothing.
Okay, well,
Do you have anything?
I can't. I've kind of mentioned everything I had. Does anyone else have anything they need to mention?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, I think the only other one besides the training next month is the district, I don't remember what they call it, assembly conference. It's the big celebration for the district, and that'll be in April.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's it. Oh, y'all had a meeting last week of all the AGs, right?
That's correct.
And, I think that's all. There was something else, but I can't remember it right now.
Okay.
If I think of it, I'll write it down.
All right.
Okay, so let me get Monica's intro script so I can tell you who she is and what she does, and then I'll turn it over to her. So, Monica, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Is it Erowski? Erowski?
It's Urowski.
Erowski. I wasn't sure. Thank you. Is the vice president and co-founder of, is it pronounced Yampu or
Yeah, Yampu Tours.
Yampu Tours and Yamco, starting the company 23 years ago with her husband. Her travel experience comes from first-hand knowledge she's gained from hundreds of trips she's taken with her husband and 2 kids, so she's an expert on family travel. Her eye for detail, knack for knowing what clients will like and won't even like even after knowing them for a short amount of time, an impeccable memory for remembering even the smallest bit of information, proves she's one of the most trusted and skilled people in travel. She's been instrumental in creating a client-first culture at Yampu Tours, and she teaches classes to staff on gaining and keeping trust. The mantra of Monica and her team at Yampu is to create lifetime relationships with their clients. They are private and authentic, no cookie-cutter experiences. They're 100% customizable to your whims and wishes. It thrives to stand behind you to ensure that everything goes according to plan, your plan. So I'm going to turn it over to her. I'm going to mute my mic. I recommend we all mute our mics so we don't make noise while she's speaking, and we can ask her questions at the end. Usually the speakers go for about 20 to 30 minutes. Right now it's about 7:20 where I am, so about 10 to 8-ish or earlier would be great. And you're on. It's your time.
Okay, thank you for having me, and I like your t-shirt, the Bangkok t-shirt. That's really nice. Okay, so I am Monica Rowski, the co-owner of Yampu Tours, and it's funny that someone wrote my bio that I have an impeccable memory, because actually I can't remember what I had for lunch today, but I can remember what time the trains are from Cusco to Machu Picchu. So I just spend all my time studying travel, and I definitely feel like I'm an outlier in travel, but travel is one of those careers that you have to learn new things every day. And I'm certainly every day learning, especially since COVID really keeps me on the tip of my toes, because every country that I sell, we sell about 70 countries, they keep changing the rules every day. And so, I've learned to go with the flow, not make too many predictions, and it's all about just making my clients happy. Did I share my screen? Let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So this is our website, and we have on here a bunch of tours that we've created. But if you call me up, I'll probably create something brand new for you. But this gives you an idea of what we sell. And really, traveling is, for me, it's about going to a country, and let's say you go to Peru. I want you to go there. You probably decided to go because you want to go to Machu Picchu, but I want you to come back and say, I love the people, I love the food, it was way more beautiful and diverse than I had imagined, So that's the kind of things, the kind of memories that I want to create for you when you travel. So every client has different things that they like. I have some clients that love wildlife. I just came back from a wildlife adventure in Baja, Mexico, and for me, Baja was the last place in Mexico I had been. I have been almost everywhere else in the country, but I thought that Baja was very touristy and party or resorty, and that's good, yeah. But I like to be doing things every day. And so now I've discovered the impeccable wildlife experiences in Baja. I was able to fulfill one of my bucket lists, and I would love to do this for you guys if anybody's interested. One thing on my bucket list was to swim with whale sharks. And so they're only there from January to March, and they're in a little bay called La Paz, which a lot of people don't know about. And they are there to eat plankton. And when you go down the snorkel with them, they just continue eating and like snorkel around them. It was just the most incredible experience. So some clients will like to wildlife. Other clients want to do more family adventure things. For example, I have some clients going to Greece with their kids, and their kids are 7 and 9. And so we're going to have them, learn to make chocolate and learn about butterflies and go on like a jungle cruise. They're going to go snorkeling in Shark Alley and off of Ambergris Cay. And one of the girls is celebrating her birthday, so we're going to get a cake for her. And so every time I create an adventure, it's completely different because it's created just for you all. And so some people are interested in family, some people want to see all the art. They want to go and see, they like the street art, they like museums. So that would be a completely different trip that I would design. Other people love food. Italy's one of my favorite foodie places to sell. Each and every town in Italy has its own cuisine. It's incredible, So, if you're a foodie, that might be something that I suggest. Croatia is great for food. It's also great if you like Game of Thrones. So, Croatia is another destination that I've been selling a lot because they don't require vaccinations and they can open almost in the last 2 years. So, it's become really popular, Croatia. And if you don't know anything about Croatia, they have these old cities that are 800 years old, stone walls. Do you have any Game of Thrones fans? Oh, yes. Well, you've probably seen like the Walk of Shame, that happened in Dubrovnik, I believe. So, yeah. And then they also have these islands that you can boat around from island to island, and it's a lot of fun. And lots of different things to see. And then they also have this part of Croatia called Istria, and there you can go truffle hunting. You guys know what a truffle is? It's like that mushroom that the pigs like. The pigs will help you find, or the dogs. We know dogs. It's pigs in France and dogs in Croatia. So that's the kind of thing that we would design for people who love food. You can go and see an olive oil plant. You can go and taste a lot of wine in Croatia. I was surprised to find out how much wine was. So that's basically what I do is I will work with you guys and whatever you're interested in. Like right now I'm working on one guy wants to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. And that hike is one of the most difficult hikes in the world. And we have to talk about every little detail. We're talking about, does he want his own pit? Does he want to rent a little bed that goes with the tent? Does he want the mattress, the sleeping bag? There's so many. If any of you have ever done camping, you know how many details there. Camping is like the most hardest trip, man. So, and then you're talking about different weather patterns and, having enough gear, but then having to disobey, to carry it. So many details. And so that's one thing that I'm planning right now. I'm planning a couple of friend group trips, and this might be something that's good for the Rotary Club. Because groups of friends come to me and I kind of know what the whole group likes to do, and then we plan something for the group. So I have one group that is planning to go to Portugal, And so we have them, jeep touring in the Azores and going boating in Algarve. And they're doing a bike trip through the Orion area. So that's something that those guys are doing. And then I have a group of guys that are going to Croatia, and so their activities are so much different because they're extra sporty. So we have to do jet ski races, and we're doing a canyoning where they get a rope and they canyon down the side of a waterfall. So they're doing canyoning, they're doing biking, they're like in soul cars. They're going to visit like some caves that were there before in Croatia. So all kinds of like boy stuff, So we're creating that for the guys to go to Croatia. So that's what my company does is we just work with clients. We actually work with the same clients every year. They just keep going back to us destinations, and that's really a special relationship because I get to know them and how their lives are changing, and sometimes they start out really fit and then something happens and we readjust. So over the years I'm getting to know them very well, and so that's really important that we're working with a company that really takes care of people, and so yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Because I would be happy to answer any question that you might have about travel.
Well, I have a question. Of course, this year our international convention is in Houston in June. In 2023, it's going to be in Melbourne, Australia. Now, I've been over to Australia 8 times, so I've been quite a while around Melbourne and Sydney and out to Ayers Rock and all of that. But each year we have international, and then in 2024 it's going to be in Singapore, and then 2025 it's going to be in Calgary, Canada. But if there's anything, if we can get a group together, get a really good, we're always looking for good prices and all that, so when we grow as a group and we can enjoy each other. And so anyway, that's some of the things that are coming up for Rotary International.
Oh, that's really nice to know. In Australia, there's so many things to do, and we could get you out of Melbourne to one of the other areas. Maybe Cairns would be a good place to go. You can go and explore the rainforest and go see the reefs, Great Barrier Reef. So that might be a good place to go. It's definitely. We can talk about that and really get, we could start off with, how many people you think will join and what kind of budget you guys have, and then we can work backwards from there.
And then also I've been on the charter trip, so we've gone to New Zealand first, and then done the North Island, and then gone on over to Australia, or we've done Tahiti, Papeete, coming back, and and then we've had conventions in Sydney and in Brisbane. So we've been quite a while on the eastern side of Australia.
So you can also go to Asia from Australia. If you've done Australia already too many times, you could do something in, I believe there's really good flights to Bali or Cambodia or something like that you could do.
And also I've heard too that some of the airlines out of Dallas, UAE and all that, Emirates, they go to Dubai on the way to Australia.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
No, we've had people that, when we've gone to Australia, they would take a flight that goes through Dubai because Emirates flies direct from Dallas to Dubai and then on over to Australia.
Yeah, so Dubai, there's so much fun things to do for groups. We could do like picnic in the sand dunes, and you could do dune bugging, and we can have like performers, and it's actually not that pricey for a group. And then you go out in jeeps, like 4 persons to a group, to a jeep, and then we could do some really fabulous things there. And then there's so many, like, I don't know if you bring kids, but there's water parks. There's so many beautiful, like, restaurants to go to, and we do 2 different kinds of tours in Dubai, one of the old part of Dubai and then one of modern Dubai. So yeah, the fun things that we do, that would be a really smart idea, is to look at where you guys are coming from, where the flights can easily connect, and do something from there. You can also take a boat over to Oman from Dubai. And Oman is also like an interesting country for people who've been everywhere.
Also, like there's a big Rotary Club in Dubai, and when we did a tour when I was district governor, we had a cruise, an Alaskan cruise, and so the Rotary Clubs there in Juneau, they all arranged for us to do things and have a party and all that, so we can also coordinate with the local Rotary Clubs on events.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah. What year did you say the Melbourne?
That's 2023.
23. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. And 2022 is where?
In Houston.
In Houston. Okay. All right. Yeah.
If you have a place to stay, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's pretty well booked up right now. We've already had, earlier this month, before they extended the early registration, they had over 19,000 people registered.
Wow.
So usually we have like 25 to 50,000 people at a convention.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, we should definitely talk about what we can do for that 2023 Melbourne.
Okay, see what we can get together, and can you quit sharing so we can see you, unless you have some more slides you want to show us?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Can we see you? Do you have more slides to show us, or can we see you?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Let me see, what have I done?
You just have to go stop sharing.
Stop share.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see me now?
Now we can. No, almost. No, you got your.
So where's my video? My video should be on. That's why I was hoping to use my other computer, but it wouldn't work.
Well, we see you on one. You were on two. Now you're. Yeah.
Yeah, I closed the other one because it was making an awful noise. So, and this one has a funny camera where it looks at me from the side.
Now I can see you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm technologically challenged here today. Sorry.
Well, my internet's been off since Saturday, so we just got it connected about an hour before the meeting. So.
Okay, it's a good question. I have an unusual trip because I have so many miles. I have like 380,000 miles on American and another 300,000 miles on a Chase card. So I was going to go to Australia and New Zealand on miles and pay for my hotels on miles, but then we want to do things while we're there. Can you do that? Because I know travel agents make money on booking flights and hotels, and if you're paying with points, it may not be worth your time to get involved. But I thought I'd ask and see if that was something you do.
Sure. So I can do it 2 ways. For you to book your own airfare, I actually encourage that. We don't make very much money booking airfare, and it's a lot of hassle. Especially these days, because if you have to make a change, you have to stay on the phone for 2 hours with them. So, yeah, you go for it with your airfare. And then the other thing we can do is, now you can go on and just book experiences. And the other thing I can do is I can just do the tour and the transfers and not do the airfare. I would kind of like to do hotels, but I don't have to. I'm pretty flexible, you know. It's about what's best for you.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask, because I know from most agents, if they're not booking the hotels and the airfare, it's like, why would they want to do it? But you still want to do things when you're there, and we don't know where we're going and what we're doing. So, but I was planning on going later in the year. They just opened Australia up yesterday. It was the first.
Yeah, Australia's been closed for a while, so I haven't even thought about. I just blocked Australia out of my mind for the
Yeah,
past 2
just
years.
yesterday it opened. So I wanted to go. I went there 10 years ago, and I had a free ticket because I was the spokesperson for the phone company for their 4G launch. But my wife got a ticket, and the dog died, so she couldn't go because the dog was sick and she wouldn't leave it. And it did die while I was gone. So I promised her one day I would take her because it was such a nice trip. I've been all over the world, and I thought it was the nicest place I went was Australia. Of all the countries, it's the most modern. I mean, you go to Europe, it's fun, but it's like it's medieval. It's
Yeah.
it's just not like living in the real world. It's like fairy tale world. But
Yeah.
In Australia, the people are so friendly toward the Americans.
yes,
And
Yes,
like I
yes.
said, everybody we've gone to, and I've visited a lot of Rotary clubs
Yes.
over there,
Yeah.
and everybody really welcomes you.
yeah,
And so it's really a nice place to be.
very nice. I mean, I was in France and we got thrown. I speak French, so I told the owner we wanted the no smoking in Paris, which is by law they have to have it, and he physically threw us out the door. He actually grabbed me by the arm and threw us in the street for asking for the no smoking. And my wife said, "What did you say?" I said, "Where's the no smoking section?" And by law, they needed to have it. And so it wasn't like I was doing something, wrong. It's required. And so they threw us out in the street, and they pushed my 83-year-old father-in-law out in the street. And he said, "What did you do?" I said, "I asked for no smoking," and they threw us in the street. So then we went to another restaurant, and
I'm so sad to hear that.
yeah, it was
I'm
awful.
sad.
Then I ordered a hamburger, so they served it on a plate with a sunny side up on top of it. So I said, "Can I have a roll? I like to eat my hamburger on a roll." He said, "You eat it the way I served it." I said, "Really?"
Yeah.
I said, "I just want a roll." He said, "You can't. This is how we eat a hamburger." So I said, "Can I have ketchup?" So he gave me an empty bottle. It was so empty, it was you could see through to the other side. Zero ketchup. So there was a full bottle on the next table. And I said, "Can I have that bottle, please? This one's empty. You use what I give you." So I walked out and didn't pay him. I'll pay you for what you gave me. Nothing. And I walked out.
We've had some bad experiences in France.
Never had that anywhere else. Nowhere. And I speak French. I mean, my accent isn't exactly. My French professor made me promise never to speak French. He would pass. So, comment allez-vous? So when he said, "If you speak French in my presence, I'll fail you." He says, I revere this language. This is my world. He said, "So promise me you'll never speak it, and I'll pass you." So I don't know if that had an effect, but I've never been treated that rudely anywhere in the world, that they threw you physically out in the street for asking for a no smoking section in an area where they're supposed to have it. It was just bizarre. But anyway, most of the countries have been very friendly. I wouldn't go to Russia right now. That doesn't look like a good place for a trip. Or Ukraine's been scratched off my to see list also. Doesn't look like a great place. Unless you're a combat reporter, it's probably not the best place to be. But
Russia was really good. I've been over there 3 or 4 times.
not right now. They're warning Americans to get out,
Yeah.
and they're telling you they won't help
Really
you.
good
They won't help you. If you were in trouble in Russia now, the embassy said, "We're not helping you get out. You're on your own."
Yeah, a lot of the embassy people have left.
They're telling people this is not a good time to visit. So it's for the people are nice. It's the government that's crazy. The people there aren't bad people, but it is what it is.
When I was over there, I was about 9 days over at the Black Sea and meeting all the locals and everything. And they all agreed if the governments would stay out of our lives, we'd be much better.
Well, unfortunately, that isn't going to happen in the near future over there. I don't see it. They won't even stay out of the lives of other people, so it's probably not going to happen there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. I agree. There's so many places where people would be better off if they were allowed to live. But
What are your normal time lengths of your tours? What's an ideal time length?
Well, it depends on how far you're going. The farther you go, if you can stay longer, it's better. So if you're going, but yeah, that's all up to the clients, you know. When I personally travel, when I go to Europe, I stay for a month because I have to get over. I'm in California, so I have to get over jet lag. And so I'll do that in the summer. I'll go to Europe for a month. If I go to Asia, I like to stay at least a month. And Africa, I stayed a month. But I mean, that's my business, so I can do that, you know. But for clients, a lot of my clients go to Kenya for 10 days, for example. Kenya is pretty easy to get to. You can fly direct from New York, and it's probably not that hard to fly from Texas. I don't know if I've ever had a Texas client book Africa, but yeah, it's probably got pretty good connections to Kenya from Texas, from Houston or Dallas. And if you're going to South America, 2 weeks is really good. If you're going to Central America, you can do long weekends, you know, especially for you guys. What is your nearest airport?
Dallas?
Yeah, so Dallas probably has some direct flights, you know, maybe to San Jose, Costa Rica, or Belize City. So those you can do like 5-6 days. I mean, I used to plan 10 days to almost anywhere, because we use 2 weekends and the 5 days. So almost anywhere, we'll try to do 10 days because, you know, I just like to keep busy and have see as much as I can while they're there. But it's all up to you guys about how much time you have.
Yeah. Australia, you need like 4 days just to get back into the right time zone. It's like you got a 30-hour flight and then it's 24 hours. It's 12-hour time difference. So it takes like 3 or 4 days before your brain begins to feel normal.
Exactly. So if you can stay a couple of weeks, that would be better. I mean, most of my clients, when they go to Australia, they're staying 10, 12 days, 14 days.
Yeah.
One thing going to Australia, going over there is not so bad because immediately you're doing something, you're going all the time, and then coming back though you're home, and that's when it hits. But another thing, mine over there told me, like, try to on the plane, stay awake or do the time schedule that you're going to be in when you get there.
Yeah.
Like if you could sleep on the plane or stay awake for so long, so when you get there, it's at the time that it's their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you get back before you leave. My last trip, I came home
right.
before I left because you went back in a day. So I left at like 1 in the afternoon and got home at 10 in the morning on the same day after flying 20 hours. So it was really strange.
Yeah. So I guess you have to plan that in. You have to plan a few days when you get back to recover.
Don't go on your birthday because when you go, you lose a day. So if you leave, say on July 31st, you won't. It disappears and becomes August 1st before you get there, and you don't have a birthday. If you go the other way, you have 2 days. So
That's very smart. Yeah. So anybody else have any travel questions?
Can we have your contact information?
you can
Yes,
put it in the chat
so-
box. Put it in the chat box. They can see it.
Is chat box?
Yeah, go
Okay.
hover over the bottom. It'll light up.
That's my website chat box.
In the middle of the bottom.
If you just hover near the bottom
Okay.
and just put your
So
information.
you can reach me on why isn't it popping up?
We could probably reach you just Googling Yahoo Tours.
So
Number, but
it's
Oh, I have it here. Let me put it in. I'll put it in for you. 'Cause
so our website is yampa.com, YAN.com, and you can also email me on Monica, MONICA, at YAMPU.com. And
I put it in the
Yeah.
chat box. I just put your thing in there.
You did, thank you. And somebody says, I was checking your website looking for my next venture, just got back from a Viking cruise to Greece. Erica Anderson. Oh, yeah, Greece is an amazing country. And that's one of those countries you go back to many times, because I've been many times and haven't seen every island and every great place to see there.
Erica just got back last weekend.
I put your phone in also.
Yeah. How was your cruise to Greece?
Oh, my cruise, yeah, Jerica, how was your cruise?
It was fabulous. We had great food, great service. I mean, everybody was so nice. But Greece has a lot of restrictions because of COVID, so that kind of hindered a little bit of our activities. But it was still a great time. We've traveled with Viking before on a Mediterranean cruise, and just we love the company and really enjoy that.
It's a great country. They are friendly.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we did have one stop in Turkey, and that was probably my favorite. Just to see the biblical references and, kind of so much history is there. It was just fascinating.
You go to Constantinople?
No, we landed in, it starts with a K. Oh, shucks. Let's see. But we went to the small town of Ephesus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In Turkey.
That's a biblical town.
Yes. It was fascinating. So we landed at Krusadas, Kusadasi.
I don't know it.
Yeah, but we went to Ephesus, which is, it's a biblical, and, to see kind of where the first church was, and it was just remarkable. It was amazing.
Very
We had a
nice.
great trip.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really nice.
We were in,
I was looking at your trip to Israel, because a friend of mine says I really should go there next.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
Israel.
So, I was looking at that. You had a couple different options there.
Yeah, that's a really good trip, and I think that they are. Last time I checked, they were open only to groups, but I'm sure they're going to change that soon.
Yeah. So how does that work? Like when we go on a Viking cruise, they meet us at the airport, they take our luggage, we get on the boat, we have excursions already booked. How does it work compared to your facility?
It's really similar. You want to get out of the airport. As soon as you come out of customs, there's a sign with your name on it and a Yonko sign. And we have a driver, a guide there, and they pick you up, take you to the hotel, tell you what time to meet for all the tours. So instead of being on a boat, you're in hotels, and cars, and we do everything for you. All the, the tours, the guides, the drivers. Some countries need permits. If you need a permit, we take care of it. And sometimes we get from place to place by car. Sometimes we get place to place by airport. So we'll be inter-country flights. Sometimes we do trains, like in Peru. They got a couple of nice trains. We don't use a lot of buses, but I mean we can, but we don't usually use a lot of buses unless it's a group and we're taking.
So, I mean, kind of looking at your tour guide, I mean, there's a lot of different daily events that you're moving. So, I mean, is it an exclusive trip for just that sole party, that family?
Yeah,
Or do you group with other people?
No, we only do group tours when you bring me the group.
Oh, so I'm VIP.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a lot of groups, but they're bringing me the groups. I don't put together groups.
Okay.
And so everything I do is private for your group, whether it's 2 people or 10 people or 20 people or 30 people, whatever you bring to me, I'll take care of everything for you.
Wow.
That's good to know. Good for a cousins club.
That's special.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like a VIP.
You are a VIP. Of course.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and it's really a lot of fun. Once you start traveling that way, it can become the way you travel, because you don't have to wake up every morning and spend like 2 hours figuring out what are you doing, and then figuring out, oh, I didn't book this, so I can't go. Because like right now, even museums, they're limiting. You have to book a ticket in advance, and there's only so many spaces, so it's more complicated now to travel. So it's nice to have everything set and ready, so that all your time is just spent having fun and enjoying the people that you're with.
That sounds good. We'll appreciate you coming. I hope you enjoyed being here. Does anyone have any? You're welcome. Do you want to do the 4-way test before we close out? Unless anyone has anything else to add?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you made some good contacts today. I know there are a number of us that will probably be getting in touch with you in the future. So thank you for sharing. So this is the 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will build goodwill and better friendships. And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And we go with the fifth, which is, will it be fun? And I'm seeing more of that. I've seen some clubs in Florida, they actually have it on their banner. So apparently it's becoming a 5th-way test. It's evolving.
You're welcome to join us at any time.
Oh, I really appreciate it. I've been invited to some Rotary clubs, and I was always hesitant because it was something new for me, and I hadn't done it before. And now that I've met all you guys and I've done it, I'm going to say yes from now on, and I'll do a better job because we'll have a presentation ready next time.
Well, you're welcome to join. If you remember, there's clubs all over the world, and as a traveler, as you're going to these countries, as a member of any club, they'll all welcome you. And you'll find in a lot of countries, when you go to those countries as a Rotarian, they'll take you in, they'll tour you around. And if you're looking to make contacts in other clubs, then any club you go to will allow you in because you're a Rotarian. Plus, it'll be a great way to make contacts because a lot of Rotarians travel.
Okay, well, that's very nice to know, and I'll start looking up those Rotary clubs when I travel.
And let me know if you'd like to be part of our club because it's online. We'd love to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Great to have our new member, Jerica. Of course, Wendy, you're not an old member, but a new member, less new than Jerica, but new.
Howard?
Yes?
Tomorrow is the 117th anniversary of Rotary International.
Oh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Yes.
And we're having our first woman president effective July 1st.
That's a good thing.
We'll be meeting with her on Friday night, Saturday.
Take some pictures.
I will.
And share those. We'll share those online, and we can also put them in our next broadcast. An email. I could put some of those pictures.
Okay. Right.
Howard, do you mind staying on? We'll look at Club Runner real quick.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm gonna.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna stop recording.